Hello everybody, I hope that wherever you are in the world you are safe and well and you have found time to create this week. Today's video is all about upcycling, and I had an old jam jar and I was inspired to see if I could upcycle it and turn it into some beautiful eye candy. I believe that the end result is a great project. Now you could turn these into candle holders, you could turn them into small vases. I ended up putting some lights in there so that they've just got a nice ambient light through it. And the world is your oyster. They could even be wedding centerpieces, and you could put some nice crystals in there. You could add some little words on the outside. Now, if I was to do this project again, I would have started by coating my jam jar with an almost transparent white. You might think, what are you talking about? But just enough white to help those colours pop if they're transparent, but not opaque, so that if you're putting a light in there, you're not going to be able to see it come through. So there are some pigments out there that are not opaque. They give a nice little white shimmer, but they will still allow light in there. Or you could paint some acrylic paint and you could work on a certain pattern where you've got some areas that are solid white and some that is just the natural glass. Anyway, I've digressed. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Hello, welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you are already a subscriber and you find that this video is adding value, put your teeth in, Sharon. A thumbs up, a like. Well, a thumbs up is a like, isn't it? Thumbs up, share, and comments really do help my channel. I know that I've been inconsistent for the last year and a half with moving countries, but I'm back and I'm putting content out there, and I'm trying to put content out there that is something that I am enjoying myself, that I feel is something that I can sell or add value or gift, and I'm trying not to be replicating work that's already out there by other amazing artists. So I've not seen this done before, but I know that there's Mixed Media Girl. She does some beautiful vases where she works on it with all kinds of medium acrylic resin, and then it goes onto the canvas and produces some great work. I've seen people upcycling jam jar lids or lids of things that you'd have around your kitchen, but give it a go. Anyway, the project so far, I add 2 layers to this. I firstly go in and try to be restrained. I didn't want to put it on the base because it's got a slight bow in this, and I tried it once for an experiment and it kept working down and working down so that its bottom had a big bulge. And so the great thing is, because I'd not scuffed my glass, I was able to put my scissors in there and prise it off and reuse this jam jar again for you. So my learns are, resin is going to continue to keep moving, so these colours bleed into each other and create some sensational, unique effects that you would struggle to replicate each time you create some. So I was thinking about which colour did I want to be the hero. Originally it was the blue in the middle, but I wasn't too precious. I just wanted to make sure there was enough variation of the colour, that the gold wasn't going to take over too much, because when it does bleed into it, the gold could be the hero, and that it wasn't going to overspill at the bottom and have a bump on the bum again or over the top. I wanted to try originally to keep it so the lid could still fit on there, so that it's an option for the person who would have this, what they want to use it for. Now we're doing a close look at the moment, but it will change dramatically. Oh, the dogs are a little bit unhappy there. Apologies for that. So you can see now I have got it, it's cured, and I am going in there just to add a little bit of the white shimmer on the inside. Now, future projects, it will be on the outside. Because of it going on the inside, I used UV resin, and it didn't cover it all, but it covered enough to help those colours pop. And I'm now going over with alcohol to wipe to make sure there's nothing sticky on there and that the jar is ready for its second coat. I didn't need to scuff the resin that was already down there because it's already had its 1 layer and it's cured, and it was only a couple of days ago. Now you might say, Sharon, stop. And I know you're screaming at the screen, but that's okay. I went in there with a purpose to cover it more with clear and to protect a lot of what's already there. But there wasn't enough colour on the top part where that resin had its little journey and worked its way down towards the bottom, but not in its big bump. It had come very transparent, so I wanted to add a little bit of colour there and also to bleed some colours through but keep the centre area clear. So it's almost the same colours that I'm using as I used on the first one, but this time I added the amber colour. I went very restrained with my gold. I made sure that my tumbler had a little stick underneath so it counteracted for the curvage of the glass. And then you'll get to see the rest up close. It is stunning. It is sat at the side of my TV. And I have it on an evening and I just have that nice ambient lights. But you know what? If you're an extravagant artist, you might want to put your paint brushes in there, maybe your makeup brushes. So many possibilities. But I'm quite inspired because one, you don't need a lot of resin. You could stop at one layer, you could do 2 layers, whatever you see. You could add words in there, and I know I've said this before, but restraint is critical with this because your colours are going to bleed together as I mentioned before. Anyway, as I've mentioned before, if you haven't already, consider giving me that thumbs up, subscribe, and I'd love to hear from you. And I hope that you're enjoying seeing more regular content coming out. I'm trying to do a resin one and an alternate mixed media one. So I'm trying to please all subscribers. But I'm going to love you and leave you to a little bit of music. Thank you for hanging out with me. If you are inspired, remember to join my Facebook group if you haven't already and show the work that you're creating, because it really does give me a lot of satisfaction and it helps me keep sharing with you. But look after yourself. Give your loved ones a hug. Find joy and inspiration all around you. Remember to look up at the clouds and smell those roses and deep breathe, relax, and just find that inner peace. Love you and leave you. Thank you for hanging out with me. Bye bye.